Thanks for tuning in. We're Julie and Dana, two moms navigating marriage and motherhood. But this is definitely not your mom's podcast.
Hey guys, it's Julie and
Dana. Oh wait, I was told I should have this.
this is
Okay.
Not Your Mom's Podcast. Wait, is that the name?
Yes, we forgot the name of our podcast. Yes, this is Not Your Mom's podcast.
We have to start that all over.
Okay.
All right.
Hum.
My brain is so fucked. Okay. Should we try that again?
This could be our bloopers reel. I'm ready. Okay, go.
Hey guys, it's Julie
and Dana, and this is Not Your Mom's podcast.
Like I relied on you to say it.
I know.
Again. I don't know. I always feel like I'm that person, like test taking, or like when I have to get up on stage or something like with dance. Like sometimes when the pressure's put on me, I like go blank.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
I had this amazing dance audition with Wade Robinson. Do you even know who that is?
Nope.
Okay, that was Britney Spears' boy that she left Justin Timberlake for.
Ooh.
And he was having this dance audition for Party City. It was a commercial for Party City in Orlando. And I was like up front with him and we were like all chimey and like, or like, was it chimey? Not chimey, chummy. Chummy. And I was like, I knew that he like saw me and I was like getting attention stuff. And I was like, okay, so then when I came out with my group of 4, completely blanked out. And then I cried. And then I ran to the car and it was tragic.
That is tragic.
So I blank out a lot.
Oh, that's interesting. I feel like I actually
shut down.
like pressure.
Ugh.
Like I love pressure. I'm like, put it on me. I'll get things done then.
Yeah,
If I don't have pressure,
like the
I
time
won't do anything.
constraint, but like when I'm in front of people, it's like ding, 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 ding.
I could see that.
Which is why this is so great because there's not an audience. It's just like
true. You're not like,
cameras.
well, that's true. I hate going like live on TikTok for that reason. I'm like,
I don't mind that because it's like a camera.
But there's like nothing like
there's no
you're not saying
actual
anything,
human
and then I'm like,
eyes on me.
Oh,
it's better. Don't talk to me while I'm painting.
Yeah, well, I guess if I was doing something that's different, I'm like sitting there.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So it's like I feel very
Yeah. You should just do a live with like would you rather questions or people go through all your comments and comment on what people are commenting.
Yeah, that's true.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I want to be there. I'll be on the other side.
I still have people commenting on the cat litter. As I was driving here, I got a notification and they were like, I'm good with all of this except the disgusting kitty litter.
I love it.
People are hating. Let's talk about the other hate you got this week. Can we talk about that video
what hate
you
did
put
I
up?
get?
The dog poop, because you're only known now as kitty litter and dog poop.
Okay, yeah. So on my personal TikTok account, because Dana's inspiring me to try to be like good with my social media. Maybe something will come of it. Maybe someone will be entertained by my stuff. So I walk a lot and I walk with my dog and I see all these signs that say, oh, keep dogs off grass.
Yes.
Okay. And one was be respectful. And they literally have a picture of a dog all hunched over and like pooping. And I'm like, who puts these out here? Like, I think it's kind of funny. Like, obviously, if you have a dog and it shits in your yard, you pick it up. Any dog owner knows that. And I'll say there has been in the history of all the times I've walked a dog, maybe 2 or 3 times where I ran out of fucking bags. And I was like,
it happens.
Fuck. And I'm like, I'll come back. But then I don't.
Yeah.
I think I came back once, actually. Like, because I walked 2 times a day and I picked it. But like 2 times I forgot. Okay, I'm sorry. Whatever.
Yeah.
And about the pee, it's like, okay, we live here with like a lot of deer and like they're pissing and shitting all over my grass anyways. Okay, so if my dog actually like pees on your grass, I'm sorry. I do try to pull him over to the side.
Mhm.
So it's not in like the front yard, but like it's grass and it's going to die by winter.
Yeah.
I just don't understand like the big deal.
I
And third of all, the sign, like I get it if you don't want them on your lawn and like pick it, but like the sign should say, please pick up after your dog if you're going to be a Karen and have a sign.
All right. So I feel you on all of it. I would never have a sign, nor would I give a shit if any of that happened on my lawn. But playing devil's advocate, if I did put hours and hours into my lawn, like I can kind of feel for that person. However, with that being said, I think you're thinking the best of everyone. I will say there are so many people in our neighborhood that don't pick up their dog poop. I've stepped in it. I've bike rode on it. Like people will let their dog shit in the middle of the freaking road. It's wild.
Listen, I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I am that person that walks and I see the shit and I make that face. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Yeah.
Pick up after your dog.
But I don't think that I think those people are assholes and they're not going to care about a sign.
I was going to say, it's probably going to make them want to rebel more.
Like, I don't think they'll care. Like, I think
like the sign didn't do anything.
Yeah.
You're a responsible person or not.
Right.
Do you think that person looked at that sign and goes,
we can't
I'm going to pick up
lawn
now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be a shitty person now. I'm going to pick up now. Or like I always think maybe there's like cameras, but even still, are they
There
gonna like
are.
run out after you and yell at you?
Okay, so I have had people who on our HOA like community
Yes,
page,
me
they
too.
posted a video of someone.
Yeah,
I'm like,
someone's like,
"Oh my god."
person with the dog, stop letting your dog, stop pulling your dog in the middle of the road and letting it shit. And like
Yeah.
people post things all the time, whatever.
Yeah.
But like to be that, but I'm gonna raise my hand. I am one of those people. I do take care of my lawn. I
Yes.
actually have a lawn person that sprinkles the
Yeah.
seeds for the winter and the summer, and I put a lot of time and like money into
But
my
you'll also
yard.
throw like a wet water slide on it. So like I
Yeah.
don't think you're OCD with it
No, I'm
either.
not OCD, but y'all, I want my yard to look good too.
Yeah.
But I also understand like
Shit
shit
literally
happens.
happens.
Okay, but if you're the shitty person that just
Yeah.
lets your dog shit anywhere, then you're just a shitty person
Yeah,
and
you're
no
not gonna
sign
care.
is gonna make a
No, I
difference.
agree.
That's what I was
Actually,
trying to
today
say.
on my
Anyway, so people went crazy over
Oh
it.
yeah, they hated you.
They're like, "You're an idiot. Get the fuck off my lawn." They
No
were
common sense. You're disgusting.
Yeah.
Like they were up in arms.
Yeah, I know they were crazy over it. So I finally deleted. I was like, "This is like way more hate, and it was supposed to be kind of funny."
Yeah,
Oh
people
well.
get really intense on the internet.
They get really intense, and
Keyboard
they get really intense about
warriors.
their yard, about their property,
Yes.
about their stuff.
Yeah, people are weird. But listen, so today
Okay.
on my community page, someone actually posted, it was so funny to read. He tells this whole story and he's like, we're watching dogs. We don't have dogs, so we're not normally
Okay.
dog owners. We're watching dogs in the neighborhood. My wife goes out today. She walks them, and they pooped, and she picked it up, and then she only brought one bag because she doesn't have dogs. She didn't realize that they'll poop again, possibly.
Yeah.
So they poop again. She ran out of bags. By the time she ran home, she was like, "I'm gonna be late to work. Like, I gotta go. I can't go back for this. Can you go back for it?" So he's searching the neighborhood for this little pile of poop, and he's like, "I can't find it anywhere. I don't know where
it's
this
hard
poop
to find
is."
sometimes. Yeah.
So he goes, "Please, everyone, know that we're good people. Please don't put our security cam mugshot up for everyone to see because I know
Yeah.
someone has it recorded."
Absolutely.
And I literally was dying laughing. I'm like, this is the world we live in. This is the world we live in, that this is what we're posting about. Like,
Yeah, no kidding. Like we can't even. So we think everyone's gonna see us on social media or whatever, judge us there. Well, now we have fucking cameras everywhere. I have cameras all over my yard.
yeah.
Because
Well, me too.
I have cameras because I also want to know like what deer is like eating my shit. Like I'll wake up the next day and I'm like, and I'll go back on the camera. I'm like, you
Yes.
motherfucker, the deers eat all my stuff.
Oh, the deers come. So they don't go through my fence actually, which is funny. But like my dad's yard, they come right up and they eat all of his bushes and
Yeah.
stuff. It's so funny.
Yeah. So yeah, we live in a time where like not even the doorbell camera, which was like a big hit like a few years ago, but now it's like it's in the perimeter of your house. Like most people have cameras
Yeah.
everywhere.
Totally. Yeah.
How are people even like robbing anybody anymore with all these cameras?
Because they don't care. They'll put like a hoodie on. They went into my car once and like we have cameras, but like there's nothing to do when you can't see them.
Did they get a crustable?
I was laughing because I'm like, what a car
What if
to
they
go
like ate
through.
it and put it back?
They probably were like, this is fucking gross, lady. Like
They
there
took
was
the palmetto
goldfish.
kettle corn.
Yeah, the palmetto kettle corn.
popcorn because
Yeah.
it's still good after a while.
Oh my god, like there was nothing. I'm like, you went in the wrong car, guys.
I know, seriously. I don't care, like whatever. I don't
However,
really have-
actually, we left one of the kids' laptops in there that night, but they didn't get it. They didn't.
They
take
don't want a
it.
school laptop.
No, I know
It's not gonna do
exactly
anything.
what they were probably looking for.
What?
I feel like they're usually looking for like guns and stuff.
Oh.
But a lot of people will leave them in the glove compartments and stuff. And that was a big thing when we were living at our rental house. There were stealing in the neighborhood. That's what they were stealing, which is so scary. Why are you leaving that shit in the car?
No kidding. I thought people with guns like
So
Isn't it called
irresponsible.
packing, like when they wear it?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know much about.
I want to like a strap with a
gun
gun.
stuff.
I want to look like Angelina Jolie in like Tomb Raider.
Oh yeah, she's hot.
I
Well,
I
she
did
used
that
to be.
costume.
Is she still hot? I haven't seen her in a long
she's
time.
like a celebrity. I'm sure she has like her shit on point. If you're a celebrity, you have your shit on point. I
That's true.
think. Speaking of cars, don't you think it's like weird when people have like a license plate and it's like it says something with the like numbers and the letters and they try to squish in like
Yeah.
one was like
I
Puerto
like guessing them though.
I know. Like
They're entertaining.
I don't know. It's like what do you really need that? Like
I know.
what is that? Talk about people with the yard signs. Like, what does it say about you if you have like a license plate that says like Mr. 4H or something? I mean, I don't know even what
I
they
remember
mean.
seeing one that was like NY Princess, but it was like PR1NZ or something like that. Like it was so
What's that
weird.
She's a New York princess?
Yeah, this was like in New York, and it was like on her license plate. I
How
was
can you
dying.
be the princess of New York?
I don't know. That was actually one of my first screen names, though. New York Princess 143, baby.
What does 143 mean?
Love.
It does?
Yes. It used
In
to
what
be like,
language?
it used
In
to
what
be like,
numerology world does 143 mean love?
You didn't know this?
No, oh, like when you type it in the phone,
Yeah.
it's the
No, I don't know if there's any deeper meaning than what you're thinking of, but like it used to be like a very much a like an AOL thing. Like you would write like 143 and that
I've
meant like love
forgotten. It was
you.
like a billion years
Or like
ago.
that thing with the 3.
I know that
That was
one.
like the heart.
Yeah, the less minus
Yeah.
sign or
Oh
whatever.
yeah. So I was New York Princess 143.
Oh my gosh.
Yup.
I don't know what my screen names were.
I
It
just
was
remember
probably
that
like
one.
my pet names or something. Like my dog or cat, not my actual like
Yeah,
sex
yeah.
pet name. Oh my
Oh
god, what would be your pet name if you could have one?
Oh, like a sex name?
Yeah.
Mm, I don't
No.
know. Have you thought about this already? Because I
No.
feel like you had an answer.
No, I just it came to me. I was like, "Ooh, what would I be?"
I don't know. Give me like an example of a pet name. Like,
I
what are you
don't
saying?
fucking know. Like big
Big,
dick for
mm,
you or something. I
big.
don't know.
Okay, that's like a screen name.
That's what I
Oh my
mean. A
god.
screen name. I guess
No,
yours
I
would
don't
be New
know.
York Princess for you.
Ew. No. I'm
Love you,
thinking
New
like
York Princess. Love you long
love you
time.
long time.
143. Kiss, kiss.
Oh my
No, I don't
god, I
know.
can't. We are delirious right now because we were at a dance competition all weekend
I
where
want to
we
do this to
spent
my eyes. This is where I really need a facelift, y'all.
10
Like when I
freaking
come back
hours a
from
day.
dance competitions, you are like so drained. I guess like
I'm
for
exhausted.
it would be relatable to like people, boys that go to like baseball
Right,
ones
like the
or like
wrestling matches I
the
hear are
tech
brutal.
competitions. They have like the robot
Oh.
ones, not the robot
Oh
ones.
my
Yeah, like the
god.
ones
That sounds awful.
I went to. Where was I in California? And there was like some techie like it was world renowned where they like made
Uh,
these like little robots and they had to like move. And there
no.
was a bunch of
I'm
nerdy
not
guys
into
in the grocery
tech.
store, and I was
I
like,
guess
"They're
that's where
kinda
you should
hot."
go to find like a
I
little
know.
daddy
I
though.
think a nerdy guy is hot.
I mean, I don't personally.
I do.
Depending on how nerdy. A little
Because if
nerd,
they're smart, then they're smart about other
I
things,
was
if
gonna
you
say
know
a
what I'm
little bit
saying.
I'm into. If you cross over that though, I'm like,
What do you mean? What's the crossover? I
the
want someone smarter than me.
the cross
Always.
um the crossover for me would be like basement video game. I don't
No,
like to
just
come
because
out of
'cause they're
my
smart doesn't
bubble
mean they're doing
and
video
I
games.
code things in my room and I
Well,
like
what if they
make
code like a portrait of you
trains.
and they're like, "I thought about
All
you."
right, maybe if they have maybe if they have like a little like what's the word? Oomph to them. Like they need to have a little bit of like something something.
Yes, they're weird, and so they're gonna probably be weird in the bedroom or
Yeah,
something
I
too.
guess I
They're gonna
can't
be, like,
say I
interesting.
no. I agree with I don't want like a dumbass. I wouldn't be into that. Like I'm not gonna go
Oh, the
like the
frat
bodybuilding
boys and stuff?
competition. Like I mean, I'm sure there's
Uh,
smart ones too, but like
I know.
that classic like
Watch football,
I only watch
drink
football and
beer. Sorry, doesn't do it for
I
me.
can't.
But I remember the first time this boy, I think I was in 6th grade, and he drew a picture of him, like, this big, like, creature, like, holding me in the hand, like, damsel in distress kinda thing, and he, like it was really good, like, he was really artsy, and he, like, gave it to me, and I was like my heart was like
Wow.
I thought it was so beautiful that he thought about me that
I
way,
just
like, he
learned
wanted
that
to
you guys are an
rescue me.
anime family.
Oh, yeah.
I think that is so funny.
I got into anime actually a long time ago with an ex of mine who got me into anime, and Trevor was never into it. And
Oh,
then I don't even know how we started watching like all those movies, but
interesting.
and then he got my kids like he'd spend time because he's the one that will sit down and watch movies where I'm like doing shit around
Yeah,
the
yeah,
kitchen
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff. Like I don't sit like that.
Do you guys go to those what are they called? The convention. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
anime
John
conventions, Comic-Con.
Comic-Con, that's what I was looking
Girl,
for.
so when I was with my ex-boyfriend, that's what I do. I'd live for it. It's like fucking Halloween again. And when I
Have
was
you
in my
guys all
20s,
done it?
huh?
Have you guys all done it?
No, but I can't wait. My mom used to make my costumes for the anime character. I was gonna be like, I'm a big fan of Gunslinger Girls, and I like wore the Gunslinger outfit, and I felt like a celebrity. People were taking pictures of us,
Oh
and I was
my
like,
god.
strike a pose, strike a pose,
I
strike a
can
pose.
see
I
that. You
loved
look
it.
anime-ish to me.
I do.
Yeah,
After my facelift,
I
I'll
could
look
see it.
better.
Like your eyes and stuff.
There, do I look
I'm
anime
like,
now?
I don't know. I've
No,
never
they need like big eyes.
Yeah, I know. That's why I
I
went like
need an
this.
eyelid lift now.
I've never been into anime. I've never really given it a shot, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like all of them, but I do think there is a neat art to, I don't know, that side.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, yeah.
I like
I could see the dressing up and all that
also
being
the
fun too.
Japanese like culture and like their style of fashion and
Yes, I
things
agree
like
with
that.
that.
I think
Yeah.
it's cute. Like I love Hello Kitty and
Yeah,
things
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, that is cute. I don't know. Just never piqued my
Well, what's
interest.
something that you think people wouldn't know about you that you're into? Like, and me, like, is there something like I don't know that you're like a
I feel
hobby or
like you
something?
know everything about me, Julie.
Yeah, but, like, I have a friend
Um,
that, like, likes to color. Like, she gets coloring books with, like, the numbers in there, and she, like, fills
oh,
it in, and I
that's
actually didn't
cool.
know that about her. Like, on her downtime,
That's
she used to like
cool.
to get, like, a nice fresh set of markers, and there would be the ones that were numbered, so, like, it's
Okay.
not like she had to come up with creativity by it, but she'd just like to color them
Oh,
and,
I
like,
like
fill in the
that.
pages.
I would like that.
I
I
know.
should try that sometime. I say that as if I have any time on my hands, but maybe I should.
Freya got a paint by number, from a friend and was like, "Nice." I think it was, like, from
I
Target,
got
and
Lily
the
adult
art
coloring
was
books.
nice, and when she
Yeah.
was done, it looked good. I was like,
Yes.
"Damn."
Yeah.
And I sat there and helped her for a little bit, and I was like, "Oh my gosh,
Have you
she's
ever
so
seen the ones you
meditative."
can order of, like, from a picture of you or, like,
No.
she would probably like that. You can get, like, a
Yeah.
picture of, like, you and her,
Yeah.
and they'll customize it as a paint by number,
I like
and then
that.
she could paint, like, you a portrait of you guys or of her or whatever, like, it's
Yeah.
kinda cool.
Well, you're good at, like, hair and makeup and
I
stuff.
like hair and makeup. I actually so I
You're good at
used
backdrops
to
and stuff. Like, you come up with, like,
yeah,
props and shit.
weird, I know.
I don't wanna do
I
any of
would
that
love to make
ever.
props, I know.
I don't have a
Weirdly enough, I
background with
used to
it.
have more hobbies. I guess I'm still kind of, like, just starting to get into it again, but I would say, like,
Yeah.
before kids, I loved reading, and I actually like writing. I really like
Oh,
writing.
I can see you liking writing.
Yeah,
I'm not a writer.
and I'm good with, like, my words with that.
You
Like, I can
are.
definitely come up with, like, good stuff. I used to write a lot, actually. I used to be the kid that would be in her bedroom, like, with a flashlight writing stories. Like, I had, like, books
Oh,
that I would write,
Style
like,
says
a
that.
story.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't. I'd
And then
rather
in, like,
read, I
middle
think.
school, I'd write, like, dark poetry and, like, think I was
Can
really
you
cool
write
and
me a
dark.
dark poetry
I mean,
sometime?
I could try.
And then
I'm
you're
out
gonna
of my
read it
dark
on this
era.
podcast,
And
and
then
then
I'll
we're gonna
read
wonder if you're there or crazy or whatever, and
Oh
I'll
my
think it's hot
god.
because I
I
like
would
people
love
that
to
are
pull up my
dark.
old, like, live journals. Ugh.
Please do
Blech.
it.
I
I'll
get,
have to
like,
go.
chills thinking
Mine are
about it.
really, like, depressing. I don't even
Mine
wanna write.
too.
Mine are like, "My boyfriend broke up with me, and now I wanna cut myself," or something
Oh
crazy.
my
No, I don't know.
god.
I don't know.
No, but
Maybe
I
not
know in
that
middle
dark.
school and high school, like, early high school, like, I feel like that darkness was, like,
In
so cool.
It
I was
was.
very, like, emo.
I was gothic.
Yeah, I never went gothic, but, like, I would always go to, like,
Well, wait, maybe it wasn't, like,
sh
true gothic. It was, like, punk
yes, like
rocky,
a punk rocky I had, like, the
grungy.
side bangs that covered my whole face, and, like, I'd
Can you
wear
imagine
really
the
dark
your
eyeliner.
how greasy your forehead was from
Oh, it
that?
was probably disgusting. Go to, like, Bamboozle and Warped Tour, lived for that.
That's so cool, though.
Yeah, loved
I
that
loved
shit.
Warped Tour too.
Loved it.
So, I have a question because we've been trying to effort a little bit more,
Yeah.
and I need to clean out my closet. Like, how long do you keep, like, your clothes? Like,
This
I
is
feel
such a
like
good
I know, I
question.
feel like I have a lot of shit, and then I'm like, "But it'll probably come back in fashion." Like, so much
And
stuff
it
is co it
does!
does, and
If you
so
keep it long enough.
if you keep it long enough, like, because 'cause I'm getting old to the point where, like, I have stuff from, like, forever ago. I do remember one of my friends saying, like, "If you have something that was, like, out of like, whatever, good at one time, and then you went through all those years to come back in fashion, that's probably too old. Just go buy a new one, even if it came back in
Yeah,
fashion."
well, I think the rule of thumb is, like, if you haven't worn it in, like, 6 months or a year, you should, like, toss it.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
I have
That's, like,
shit in
the
there?
the closet connoisseurs, like, that's, like, their rule, like, when
But
they're
they
talking
probably
about
buy
that.
nice things.
Yeah, like
And I
capsule
buy
wardrobe,
cheap
which we've
shit.
discussed.
Yeah.
But I don't okay, so I feel like I'm a little different in this. I think my what I say to you is gonna change in my next 10 years from what my
Yeah.
last 10 years have been. So, like, I personally, like, wouldn't redress how I did in my, like, early 20s, and on top of that, I will say that I've gone through a lot of, like, weight loss, weight gain,
Mhm.
pregnancy, not pregnant, like,
Me too,
the
yeah.
last 10
Body's
years for me have been
changed.
wild
Yeah.
that I feel like I
You probably
started to
need a
get
whole new
rid of
set.
things, like, I just did a closet clean, like, I don't know, a few months ago, and I was like,
Oh.
"I'm not keeping" I know this is terrible to say, like, my fat clothes, like, my heavy like, the clothes that I'd
Oh,
wear when I was
but
bigger.
every girl has your
Everyone
clothes
keeps
when you
that.
gain the 5 or 10
Yes, but I
pounds.
was like, I refuse to keep my ones from 60 pounds ago because I don't
Right,
wanna even give myself a
right.
like, I don't want it to be that easy for
Yeah.
me. And
Yeah.
on the flip side, I don't think I need to keep my size 2s or whatever from when I didn't have kids. Like, I don't think
Oh,
I'll
no,
ever be
that
there,
shit
Like
clothes before kids has to go.
yeah, it
Your
has to
hips and
go.
stuff have completely
I
changed. Like,
know, and
there's
I
just no
sat there and
way.
would wait, and I'm like, "It's never gonna happen again. I'm
No,
never
no,
gonna
I
have
got
that
rid of
body
that shit
type
a long
again."
time ago.
Yes.
I can't keep those, but
But I
and
will say I do like, if I had a favorite, I'm like, I know I haven't worn this in, like, 2 years, but, like, I might have an event that I need to I don't know what
yeah.
events, I'm not going to events,
I have a
but you never know.
whole chunk of, like, the clothes that I wear to, like, bed, and I
Yeah.
only just started now I know this is stupid, but I only just now started wearing, like, pajamas.
Yeah.
Like, our friend gave us a pair of pajamas, which was so, really
Yes. Yeah,
cute,
yeah, and they're
and then,
comfy.
like, I asked Trevor, I think last year, for, like, softer pajamas because I always just wear a t-shirt and, like, my comfy shorts or like boxer shorts. That's what I always wear. Sometimes I throw a
I wear a
t-shirt with no.
t-shirt and I know you don't wear underwear. I wear a t-shirt and underwear to bed all the
Yeah,
time.
I know I don't really need pajamas.
You know what's great actually? All my t-shirts that were like bigger on me a few months ago are like huge on me now, so they're super comfy sleep shirts.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of just the sleep
I
shirt.
love a sleep
I
shirt.
think what I guess I'm trying to say is that the longer pajama sets I wear for winter
Correct. Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
colder, and then for the summer I definitely just wear like my
Same.
t-shirt up to here with my
I want to look cute for bed though.
You do? I don't care. I'm so bad.
I follow this girl. She's so cute, and she always has like she just like has the cutest outfits all the time, and she always has those 2-piece like pajama sets, and she'll wear them because she's a stay-at-home mom, so she'll wear them like throughout the day. So she's always taking videos in them and stuff, and like they're cute. Like she'll wear like matching set like we have, but like
Yeah.
it would be like shorts and a t-shirt, and they're like so like baggy and cute. I don't know.
Oh, I need to see.
I see it and I'm like, oh man, like
See,
that
she's
does look
inspiring
nice.
to be cute. I don't
Because I'm like,
know.
you're
After
staying
9
at home
o'clock,
and you're
I
wearing
look like
them.
a hag, and I'm not anybody's friend.
I woke up this morning. Okay, so I believe like dance weekend hangovers are real.
Oh, I had to get drunk
I don't
last
feel
night.
right. Like I still don't feel I feel like glazed over,
Me
but I woke
too.
up this morning, my hair was fluffy as anything. John's like, there's like shit stuck in the back of it. I'm like, what? He's like, I don't know, there's like a feather and like a piece of he's like pulling it out of my hair.
Yeah.
I have like dark circles under my eyes. I'm like, I'm getting in the shower. I can't even this is disgusting.
Yeah, I probably don't look good right now either. I definitely had a couple cocktails last night. I was like, I need to
Oh,
come
I went
down
to
from the
bed.
high. I was tired. I took my magnesiums. Not a couple. I had one. I had one drink, but like that was good. And my magnesium.
Hmm.
And Trevor made the sushi with the kids.
Yeah, that looked fun.
Yeah, it was yummy. Although I don't think they liked it, but
Yeah. I want to learn how to make sushi.
it's easy. We got a little sushi kit.
We should do that.
It's like a little healthy lunch or whatever.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
love
fun for the
sushi.
kids and stuff. Well, me too. And I just don't know like where do I buy like the tuna that can
Like
go in the
good
sushi?
quality. Yeah.
I'm not
You have to
I'm not
get-
trusting my own like from freaking Kroger or whatever.
Yeah.
You
You have
know?
to get like the sushi grade.
Maybe you can DoorDash it or something.
Or
Or like there's that HelloFresh. I've something to tell you that I've never done. I've never DoorDashed in my life.
I've never DoorDashed.
You
on
haven't
my
either?
own. Nope. I don't even have the app.
I've never ordered anything like that online. to
No,
my
and I've never
house.
done grocery pickup online. I've never done
Oh, I
like
did that during
deliveries to
COVID.
my door.
But I don't know how to do it. I only know how to do it for Kroger. And like, I know that you've done this and we've already talked about it. Like, I've never ordered a cleaning service for my house
Oh, I've had cleaning.
or any sort of like service like that. I've only used Uber like 4 times.
So I used to use Uber a lot more when I lived in New
know,
York, but
sure.
and then or before Uber existed, we used to use taxis all the time.
Yeah.
Like not even in the city. Like we would always obviously use a taxi in the city because you literally just go like this and they come. But like even on Long Island, like we would call a taxi service if we were out at a bar and be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
come pick us up," and they'd pick us up and drive us
Yeah.
home.
I would know how to do that. But like anything that I had to like go online and like make this order and then like trust that it'll. I
I
don't
always
know.
make John
I think that's
order
an
me
age
an
thing.
Uber if I'm out. So like we were at a bachelorette party this summer
You're like,
and we couldn't figure out like no one could figure out their Uber app. I don't know why we were all like not getting it. And I literally called John. It was like 2 a.m. and I'm like, you need to order us an Uber right now.
I know. I feel like it's part of my pillow princess like stuff. Like I just don't want to be bothered with it.
Yeah.
So can someone else handle it?
It is nice though having someone like drive you. John orders Ubers a lot to like get to the airport and stuff.
I saw this Instagram post where it's like this girl like looking at herself in the mirror. It's like a cartoon. It's like I'm somewhere in between wanting you to do everything for me and I can do it myself. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
me. Like there's controlling times where I'm like, let me just do it because you're not doing it right or not fast enough. And then there's other times I'm like, can you get me water? Like I can't be bothered.
Yes. John always makes fun of me because like you know how people always laugh about like husbands not knowing where anything is. Like
Yeah.
they're always asking where everything is. Like that's me. I'm very much the husband, I feel like. And I'm like,
I love
John,
that.
where's my straightener? And he's like, are you fucking kidding me? It's right here. Did you even look?
Oh, I'm like that too. I'm
But
like,
Lily's like
people
that
don't
too.
look.
So we're both always asking John where our stuff is. And he's
Oh
like,
my
why am I looking
gosh.
for a hairbrush that I've never used in my life? Like,
But he
what
probably
is
knew where
going
it
on? He
was.
does. He knows where it all
That's
is.
why.
I mean, I'm
It
like,
gives him purpose.
oh, it's so funny. I will say this though, when I'm angry with him, I get hyper independent. Like I'm
Oh,
like,
me
I
too.
don't need a fucking man. I'm gonna take the garbage out myself.
Oh, me too.
I'm gonna do this. I don't need anyone. I'll move this whole couch over because I want to
Oh,
reorganize
I
it.
definitely will move for like I do too. I'm like, Trevor, we're gonna do this. He's like, oh, I don't have time for that. I'm like, fine, I'll fucking do myself. And
Fine.
I'm like, I'm dragging
Yeah.
it. I'm like, I don't need anybody.
Uh-huh.
I'm like talking
Making
to
extra
myself.
noise as you
Yeah,
pull it over.
yeah. I'm like, I could. Like, I'm definitely, like,
Yeah.
talking to myself under my breath, and I'm, like, all pissed off, and he comes in, he's like, "God damn it, I told you to wait an hour." We're, like,
You know
so
what's funny though? I kinda like when all that happens because 'cause I'm like, "Wow, I was so productive." Like, "Thanks."
yeah, like, pushed you to, like,
Yeah.
do it or whatever. Oh my gosh. Would you say you're a good driver or a bad driver, like, in the car?
I think I am a decent driver.
I feel like I'm too spacey, and when people
I have driven next to you multiple occasions now, being like,
yeah, I'm, like,
"Huh?"
in my
And
own
you have
world.
no clue. Like,
I know.
no idea that I'm next to
I
you.
tell people when they're like, "Do you wanna drive or do you want me to drive? Do you wanna drive?" They're like, If you want to, you can." I'm like, I always look at them, I go, "Okay, I can drive, but I just want you to know I'm not a good driver." And, like,
And
80%
then
of the
they're like, "I'll
time
drive."
no, some of them will be like, and they, like, especially when they don't know me well enough,
Yeah.
they, like, get in the car and they're like, and then they're, like, all looking around and stuff, and I think it's really
Oh
funny.
my
I,
god.
like, fuck with them, but I'm
So I
kinda
don't
not a good
like
driver anyways.
driving.
I'm
I
amazing on the interstate, like, go fast, I'm like, "Pew, pew, pew,"
Yeah.
but, like, slow driving, I hit curves, mailboxes, I just don't it's too slow. I need to be able to go fast.
That's not a normal response. It's too slow, so I hit curbs and mailboxes.
Yeah, it's too slow.
I don't love driving, like, if someone I will always be the one that's like, "Who wants to drive?"
Yeah, me
Not
too.
me, like,
I don't
I'll
wanna
get in the
be
passenger
me
seat.
too, I don't wanna drive.
Fuck no. But I don't think I'm bad at it. My dad was really intense when I was learning how to drive. Like, he was like, "You are gonna learn how to drive backwards as good as you learn how to drive forwards." So he, like,
Why?
because he
Where's he
wanted
think
me
you're
to be
going?
able to, like, parallel park and reverse and not hit cars and shit and curbs.
I
So
could parallel park like a motherfucker,
he
though.
took me to the beach parking lot. It was, like, cold in winter, so no one was in there,
Yeah.
and he would make me, like, go through all these cones, like,
That's
forward
fun.
and backwards, and then he was like, "I want you to feel what it
Cones! He
feels
said of
like."
cones.
Set of cones. He was like, "I want you to feel what it
I'm
feels like to hit
inspired.
the brakes really hard, like, I want you to
Yeah.
know what that feels like." So he stood at the end and was like, "Okay, hit the gas and then hit the brakes." I'm like, "Oh my god!"
That's so
But I will
hardcore.
say I would pass my road test on the first time, and
Yeah.
I am a decent driver.
Yeah. I'm great at parking, backing up,
Yeah.
all those
Didn't you
things.
back into a mailbox?
No, no, that was the side of my mirror.
Oh,
I was
okay.
coming around the corner.
Even better, you were
I
going
was going to
forward.
change my music on my phone. So I was, of course, on my phone and
Mm.
bing, clipped it.
Yeah, and a
Yeah.
deer went into your car.
Yes, the deer hit me. This is something that it was not my fault. The deer hit me like a baby deer just came out of nowhere and just like crashed into the side of my car.
Oh
We
my
were at the car
god.
rider line for school and just ran right into
That
me
is crazy. We
and
do have
put
a
a
lot of
fucking
deer.
dent. And it was little.
Yeah. We have a
I
lot of
felt bad
deer.
for the deer. I was like, "Where are you going, homie?" It's like the white rabbit in Alice in Wonderland. He was like in a rush to a fucking deer party or something. I don't know.
Yeah. No,
I didn't know why he was in the school and like why weren't his people with him? He was all alone.
maybe that's why. Maybe he was trying to off himself. He was
That's
lonely.
he was a little cuckoo cuckoo, I think.
Oh my god, maybe.
I feel
Okay,
bad for him. How do we know he's not hurt right now?
he
Dead
probably
on the other side of the
he could
fence.
be. So,
Here
we
in
talked
South
about something
Carolina, people would use
interesting.
that for meat or something.
Oh yeah, people do. I have a
I
coworker that
know.
uses roadkill
I
and
know.
eats it. But you know what? I'm
No,
like,
no,
"Okay,
I'm
I
good with
guess,
it.
like,
I'm just saying it's kind of
whatever."
funny
I
here
don't
in
wanna
South
eat over,
Carolina. People are like
though.
dragging deer and like this is good meat.
I don't know that I want
I'm
that.
happy that they're
I'm glad it's
using
being
it.
reused, though.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
I agree.
What were you gonna
And
say?
there's so much deer on the side of the road. I was just gonna say we had a interesting conversation. I feel like when we were away this weekend,
Yeah.
and that is one part of motherhood that I think changes so much, which is so interesting. You were looking at old pictures of your kids and stuff,
Yeah.
and we were reminiscing about how in those early days of motherhood, you spend most of your time trying to fill your time.
Mhm.
Time just feels like it is dragging during the day, like day to day.
It's like the longest day in the world, and come, like, 6 p.m., you're like, "Is it
I can't play with blocks
fucking
anymore. I
bedtime
can't
yet?"
deal with meltdowns anymore. Like, good night.
Yeah.
Where
You, like, can't
now
wait for bedtime.
I feel like we are so scheduled.
Yeah.
Life is so chaotic that I'm actually like craving time.
Me too. I want a night off from something.
It's wild how that changes.
It is
And I was
crazy.
watching this mom and she posted about, and I thought it was so true. The first 10 years of your child's life actually moves fairly slow. Like,
Mhm.
yes, when you zoom out and look at the big picture, it goes by fast, but like
Mhm.
your days are slow.
Yeah.
But the second 10 years of your child's life goes like this.
I
And I'm
bet.
about to enter that second 10 years. And I'm
Ugh.
like, I kind of feel it already. I feel that
She
speed.
wants to be with her friends, you said a lot now. It's like you're
Yeah.
not even getting the time that you might have.
Yeah.
She wants to be with her
It's true.
friends.
Yeah. I mean, it's different. I mean, she still enjoys being around me, thank God, for the most part. Although today was crazy. There was a lot of fighting, and I
They're
feel
tired
bad,
from
but,
the
like, everyone's
dance
exhausted
weekend.
and high stressed, and it's just hard raising kids. You, like, think you're gonna parent one way, and I do most of the time. Like, I'm really good at gentle parenting most of the time, but they bring you to an edge that you've never been to
That's
before.
really good. I'm glad you're saying that because I think everybody wants to gentle parent, and then you're like a human,
You are.
like fucking pushed over, and like you
And
scream
they
at
know
them,
how
and
to push you.
I
Like,
know.
they know you more than most people know you, and they
Yep.
know what to say to
Hmm.
really, like,
Yeah,
get you.
I know.
And I see the remorse on their face half the time when they do it, but it's just like, oh, sometimes they can just trigger you and you're like, fuck gentle parenting. And you're like, I can't believe, blah, 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 blah," and you
Yeah,
just start losing it. And
yeah.
like, then you feel guilty.
Oh, I always feel
It's a sick
guilty.
cycle.
It is. I always like get nasty or whatever, and then I feel so bad, and then I start crying. They'll probably think that I'm like fucking bipolar or something.
I have to think that this is normal. I need people to tell me if this is normal because we can't be the only ones that feel that, though. There's no way that someone could be cool, calm, and collected 24/7 around their children.
I think there are a few, I
I
guess.
guess. I
They're
mean,
just calmer and they don't have maybe as much going on, perhaps. I don't know. And we just have a different personality. We're like fast pacing and like
yeah.
talk a lot and like to do a lot. And we put I think you and I put a lot.
Something smells so good right
It smells so good.
now. Oh my God.
I think
So
we
good.
put a lot of pressure on ourselves to do a lot
Yeah, but I think
for
a lot of
them.
moms put a lot of pressure on themselves.
Yeah.
I think that that probably is one of the hardest parts of motherhood is the pressure and the guilt. Those, if I could boil it down to two things, I'd choose those
Yeah.
two things.
Yeah, especially like if you're working more than a regular person. Let's say you're the
Well,
breadwinner or
yeah.
whatever. I don't even know how you guys do
The
it.
pressure to hustle, the pressure to provide for your children, the pressure to make sure your children feel happy, included.
Mhm.
I mean, all of that is so
Mhm.
hard. And then the guilt that comes with parenting, the guilt of leaving to work and make money to
Mhm.
provide, the guilt that comes with teaching them lessons and having to discipline them, the guilt that comes with like
Mhm.
yelling at them and losing your shit sometimes.
Yeah, and then you also like not even with the kids, it's like then you're all supposed to be a good friend and a good daughter and a good
Yeah.
mother and a good whatever, like sister or brother or whatever, or not brother. Well, I guess you can be, but like all those other roles you play and like good at making sure you're doing good at your job. And
Yeah.
I don't know, even like today it was like my Trevor's niece's birthday, and I'm like, fuck, we didn't even send a present, and he's like, oh man, I'm like, I can't take care of everything. I can't take care of everyone's fucking birthdays and get the kids to dance competition and make sure like my schedule's right and work tonight and blah, like I'm drowning a little bit here.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm always missing something.
Yeah. It's really hard
And
to be good at everything.
that's a horrible feeling to always talk about. One of my questions were what gives you anxiety? And
Hmm.
that's like one of them too, is like I feel like I'm always fucking up somewhere, like missing something, like
Yeah.
forgetting something, not missing,
Yes.
forgetting something because our schedules are like
Yes.
whack. My other piece of
Letting
anxiety,
someone down.
yes, letting someone down, or like if it's something that I missed at work, like now they're gonna think like I'm not good at it, my job or something like that. I don't know, but
It's hard. And there
yeah,
is really something super special when you find family or
yeah,
friends or a relationship that is understanding of that and can be, I don't want to say low maintenance, but like understands that
flexible.
flexibility, understanding and like
We're all doing the best we
you know
can.
what I see a lot? I have a few people on Facebook that I'm
Yeah.
like acquaintances with or used to be friends with, and they'll
Okay.
post about like I don't want to be friends with someone, and
Yep.
this isn't like the exact quote, but
I
like,
know.
I don't want to be friends with someone who can't give me what I'm giving them, or like only be in relationships that give back as much as you give, and this and
Mhm.
that. And it's like, I understand the concept. In theory,
Mhm.
that's great, right? You
Right.
want to be treated equally. You want to you want to give what you're pouring, but in reality, we are all at so many different stages of life,
Yep.
and sometimes you have to accept people for the stage that they're in
Yep.
and the person they are. And as
Yep.
long as they are a good person with good intentions,
Yeah.
who tries when they can
Right.
and puts effort in when they can, you have to forgive when they can't.
It's also okay to not be friends with someone at different points in your life, depending on what
Yeah.
stage you're in. Like, I can't tell you how my friends have come and like in and out,
Out.
or like we were
True.
closer and then 10 years went by and then we're now talking to each other again and
Yes.
reminiscing and stuff. Like, I just had that one of the friends of mine that I actually live with in Delray before I met Trevor, when I
Mhm.
was chatting with him online and stuff. I haven't talked to her in forever, and she lives in Myrtle Beach, and now she's having a baby, and I'm gonna go to her baby shower. And I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my God, like
And that's so cool that you could like pick up like that.
it just goes to show people out there that like want more from me than I'm able to give or whatever. It's like, I didn't forget about you. I didn't forget about our time together. Our friendship didn't like go away. It's just sometimes life is happening. And like when there's a moment that we can have together, let's have that moment. I understand if, like, you need more, okay,
Yeah.
fine, then we just can't or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like, your needs are fine and valid, but I
My
probably won't.
ability has to be fine and valid too.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
we probably won't then stay close, and, like, the friends that are
Yeah.
more flexible with my schedule or my time and where we're at is gonna be where
And
it
that flexibility is
happens.
gonna change. Like, I posted that thing that you liked or whatever, and it's so true. It was like,
But
keep in touch with your friends in your 30s, like, talk to them monthly or
yeah.
whatever, because in your 50s, you'll be able to go out to happy hour with them all
Yeah,
the time. And it's
exactly.
true, like, things are just gonna change in each decade, and we're
Exactly.
in a hard decade right
Yeah,
now.
we're literally like taxi drivers every day, all
Yes.
day.
Yes. Yeah. It's hard. And
It
I'm not saying
is.
don't put effort into your friendships, that's not what I mean. I definitely
I
think
was gonna
that
say, yeah, like,
friendships and
I'm
relationships you need to put effort into,
yeah, that's what I was gonna say too, but, like,
but you're gonna drop the ball
it
sometimes.
depends on what that person's expectations are of what effort means to them too.
True. That's
And, like,
true.
I don't think I have any expectations of my friends.
Yeah.
We either have time together and we do and we don't, but I don't like I wouldn't freak out if, like, a friend of mine didn't talk to me for a few months.
I think that's an emotional maturity thing though, because I will say, like, in my
Yeah.
early 20s or college years or high school, I probably would have had a very different answer. I probably would have
That's because we
also,
are always, like, on our phones and, like, always keeping in touch and
and I
stuff.
felt like you had to. Like, if you're gonna be
Yeah.
best friends with someone, you have to be with them all the time, you know, like,
I think that was a high school thing for me,
that's what I'm
definitely
saying,
not
like,
in
kinda high
college.
school, like,
Well, I was in a serious relationship at college, and so I didn't have, like,
yeah.
that kind of pressure to, like, have friends on that level. My significant other was what I put
Yeah.
my time and effort into, so
Yeah, it's just funny how your priorities and your mindset and what you need and want change with each decade. I feel like our life could actually be like chopped into decades. And
mhm,
like every decade's like a rebirth of who you
mhm.
are.
Yeah, or even, like, 5 years, I don't
I mean,
know.
5 years makes a big difference too.
I mean, even a year sometimes makes a big
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
The
I'm thinking like
season.
full mindset changes, but yeah, I mean anything can possible. I mean, depends what kind of
You might find yourself in a
true.
year, go to one of those spiritual retreats and come back a different
I want to go to a
person.
spiritual
I do
retreat.
too. I saw that video. I think I sent it to you. They were like up on some mountain and they were all like in this like sleeping bag, all tucked. And there was like 6 people with their like singing poles
Oh, those are pretty.
and they had like music and lights and everyone was all tucked, like having a moment. I'm like, oh, it looks like heaven to
Oh
me.
my god, how do we do that?
And we need to.
Whew, that sounds so good. It gives
Doesn't
me
it? Like just made
chills.
me like breathe. Like,
Yes.
do you ever find yourself where you don't breathe? And I'm like, am I
Yes.
breathing?
Yeah. Well, I think we're all talking about anxiety. So what was your question? What makes me
Yeah,
anxious?
what gives you anxiety?
Failing.
At what?
Like kind of what we talked about, like letting someone down, forgetting something,
Mhm.
failing, feeling like I failed like at being able to balance everything, you know? Like I give myself grace a lot, but like I definitely have moments where I'm like, fuck, like I screwed that up.
Think we all do, but wouldn't we say that failure is an opportunity to learn and grow? Because that's what I tell my
In
children.
theory, yeah.
Yeah.
But again, like
It still
in real
feels
life
shitty.
when it's happening, I'm like,
Feels
I'm
bad.
suck.
I
I'm
mean,
not a good mom. Like, why can't I get anything right?
yeah.
But yes, reflecting back, sure, absolutely.
I forgot to mark off for Wednesday at my fitness teaching job
Hmm.
for that field trip. I was
Oh,
able to mark off all the
yes.
Saturdays and it was Tuesday night. I'm like, fuckity fuck, fuck, fuck. I texted. I'm like, I am so sorry. And he's like, next time, just let me know in advance. And I'm like, of course. I always let you know in advance for everything. I dropped the ball on this one.
Yeah.
Like I usually have all my dance stuff and I wasn't thinking about
It's
school stuff or
very
whatever.
hard to manage a calendar for multiple people, including yourself, your kids, you're this,
Especially
you're
if you have
that.
multiple
Like
jobs and multiple
jobs.
kids
Yeah.
and like ugh. Anyway, so it was one of those moments where I felt like embarrassed,
Yeah.
again, but I was like, that's okay. I had to also give myself grace. I'm like, I took care of everything else, and that one just kind of like didn't do
Yeah.
well. And I'm like, hope you can find a sub. And he's like, okay. And I felt bad because he is now pressured to go find someone last minute and things like that. So
Hmm.
it wasn't good, but I'm human
It's
and
true.
it happens, and I
Yeah.
make
It
mistakes.
makes me anxious for sure. And then like I guess like your normal anxieties of like the world and like our kids. I think a
Yeah.
lot of my anxieties come from motherhood and kids.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you what your anxieties were outside of that though.
Outside of that,
Like your personal
my
ones.
personal anxiety,
'Cause I
losing
think we all once there's a human being that relies on you,
it's
of
hard.
course, your anxiety goes
Yeah.
through. I constantly worry about them.
Yeah, we talked
But
about all the intrusive thoughts and all
yeah,
that anxiety. As far as like with myself, like I guess um I don't have a lot of anxiety within myself. I
okay.
if I had to pick something, it would be like losing myself, which I've done
Like a worry.
multiple multiple times in the last decade, and I
What does
hate
that
that
mean,
feeling.
losing yourself?
Losing myself to all of the other things that are going on,
Okay,
meaning,
like
like,
putting
I
yourself
putting
last?
myself last, I
I
don't feel like a
know.
human anymore, it starts to feel like a blur to me almost, like I'm going
Mhm.
through the motions of life, but not enjoying it.
Yeah,
I'm also very anxious of death, but not in, like, a way of, like,
I know. You
not
want
in a way not in a way of, like, dying, in a way of not living before I
Yeah,
die. It's more,
I
I guess,
know.
the anxiety of not living and doing what I want. It's not even an anxiety of death. I think that I will hit a point. I always find it so, like, interesting when you see the interviews of the people who are, like, older, and they're like, "When it's my time, I feel so at peace with it, like, I'm good." And I'm like, "What a great feeling to feel at the
Oh,
end
I
of
feel like
life."
I will feel that way because
I want to feel that.
I feel
That's my
that way
goal.
about going to bed. Like, my anxiety is not getting enough sleep and being tired the next
Yeah,
day.
you hate not sleeping.
Yeah.
That doesn't I mean, I don't love it, but that doesn't bother
I
me.
feel like you're used to it, though.
Yeah, I
Between your
guess
children and
so.
your work, you're like, just, "I'll never get good sleep again." Whereas, like, I know what good sleep is because I make sure that I get it every night, and so when
Yeah.
I don't
That's
get
good,
it,
though. That's, like, the ultimate cure to not aging fast.
well, I'm aging
You're
and
not.
fast.
Most people think you're in your 30s, and you're not.
I tried to make an appointment for all the gray in my hair, and she's like, "Can't do it till March 5th." I'm like,
I told you, I literally saw 5 grays in my hair last night, and I'm like, "What is happening?"
I like the gray hair that I get, like, right here. It's all thick when I pluck it out.
You
I'm like,
get gray hair in your eyebrows?
"Yes."
Oh
It's
my
like a
god.
straw.
Oh my god, yeah, you might have to dye your eyebrows. Oh,
What
you
if I
just got
get
them
gray
done.
down here? I
Oh,
haven't really
yeah,
but
that
I
does
shave it.
happen.
I shave it so I don't really know,
Yeah.
but won't that be funny?
I feel like you need to
Do
grow
you
it
think
out then at
do you
that
get
point.
gray in your armpit?
I think you stop growing hair there,
Let me see your
actually.
armpits. That's my husband walking by. I wanna see if he has because I don't obviously have hair there.
Um,
Actually, I probably have a little bit
well,
of a
I do
stubble
know
because I
when you're
haven't shaved my
older,
armpits
you
for a
don't
day.
grow hair much anymore. Like, the way you lose hair on your head, you
Yeah.
also start to lose it in other body
Ugh, guess
areas,
that's
too.
one pro, right? Not having to
Yeah,
shave
and
or
you also probably don't
whatever.
give a shit anymore. Me and John were talking about that. We had a lot of talks on the ride home, actually. It was very entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
But we were talking about when we get older and, like, all those things, and we were saying how, like, it must be so cool to, like, be, like, that age and, like,
Yeah.
I mean, I know, like, I say I don't give a shit, but, like, I still give a shit a little bit, you know? Like, I don't care as much as in my 20s. I'm sure in my 40s I'll care even less, but, like, you must hit a point where you literally don't care one bit who you offend, what you do, how you
It's
do it,
great.
like, it must be so freeing.
We even think about, like, those, like, cranky like, your cranky grandma or grandpa, like, they're at a point they're like, "These kids are annoying me," and they, like, yell at
Oh
them.
my
My
god.
dad, like, now
So
never used
funny.
to be that well, he was always strict, and everyone sees him as, like, this happy, like, go lucky
Yeah.
guy, but he, like, is cranky with my kids now. He'd be like,
Yeah.
"Styles, get off the couch with
Yeah.
their shoes," or something. He used to never. I'm like,
Yeah.
"They just don't give a fuck."
No. You lose your filter.
Yeah.
I do hope I'm, like, the happy one, though. I don't wanna be, like, crabby all the time because, like, that's not fun.
Well, if
I
we're
wanna be like,
crabby
"I
now,
don't
we're
give a shit,"
definitely
but
gonna
I,
be
like,
crabby
am
then.
dyeing my hair and, like, eating mushrooms on the beach and, like, I just don't care
Oh, yeah, I'm
what
gonna be
anyone
that lady with,
does,
like,
like,
crazy ass outfit.
ugh, I
I
love
want,
it.
like, pink hair, and I
Yeah.
want big sunglasses.
Yeah.
I want
Like,
definitely
the retirement house I keep sending you?
yeah.
Oh my god, those clips are so funny,
Yeah, that's gonna be
where it's,
me.
like, the 3 old
I
ladies, and they're
think
just like,
or I wanna live
"Woo!"
alone out in the mountains with, like, nothing but the sun and, like, fire
That's cool
and
too.
wind. I know.
There's a lot of different directions,
Think
but the
I
idea of just one day feeling so released is so cool. I'm trying to get there
I
sooner
don't
than
know, my
later.
mom's 80. I think she's 80 or 79, and she has a busier schedule than me. There is
It's not about
no
not being busy,
but there's no
but is she filling it with everything she wants to do and not giving a shit what anyone else needs from her?
I think so, yeah.
That's
She's
cool.
always lived that life, so
No, I'm
she's
sure
different.
when she was raising you guys that she wasn't fully I'm sure she still balanced it, but you guys, was she at your stuff?
Yeah.
She might have
Yeah.
not wanted to be, you know what I mean? But she was there for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, she might not have wanted
Think
to
about
be.
it, when we're at these, like, dance convention weekends, like, some of us really wanna be there, but I think that there's plenty of us that are like, "We're here, we're enjoying it because our kids are happy," but, like, you'd never, like, "This isn't my
This is
idea of
not
a
what I would do with my
weekend."
time.
Right,
Hell to the fucking no.
right,
No, I wanna be, like, fucking making my garden look nice and working on my painting commissions,
right,
rollerblading,
right.
learning how to make sushi.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wanna do so
Even
much.
work, even if you find a job that you love,
Yeah.
you still don't wanna be tied down to having to work on these days
Yeah,
at
because
these
how can you be
times.
successful at what you're doing if you have to do other things? You don't have time. Like, that's how I feel with all my little jobs right now. I feel like I'm just barely making them, and I wish I had more time to make them even
Yeah,
better.
yeah. I just wanna, like, live a life filled with hobbies.
Well, yeah.
I
Welcome
don't
to
wanna
my
have to
world,
worry about
baby.
money.
You're getting there.
Ugh,
You're
no.
including them. This is I made a decision a long time ago that I was not gonna have like one job and one that I just sort of liked. There's a place for that though. I'm not putting anybody
You
else
have
that
to. You have to sometimes
you ha
work to
you have to
work and make
work
your
and then
money,
make that money and then you can some people do it the other way around, then they enjoy
and
themselves.
that's
So,
that. I always joke about how I wanna be rich and I want
yeah.
financial freedom and stuff, and, I mean, I'm not joking, obviously, I want those things, but,
Uh-huh.
like, my drive for those aren't to have Louis Vuitton bags and, like, the best of the best.
Did you see Louis
My
Vuitton's coming
drive
back?
I don't even give a shit. My drive is for freedom.
I'm just saying, do you remember those purses?
Yeah, I never really
I don't
cared.
have one, but I'm just
I'm
saying.
like, "Whatever." I mean, it's cool if you could have that stuff, I'm not, like, judging it, but, like, my reason for wanting financial freedom is to have freedom outside and everywhere else in my life. To be able to
Yeah.
say, "I'm gonna live a life of just hobbies," or, "I'm gonna do this with my kids," or, "I'm gonna
Yeah.
go to this place," like, that's what I want.
I wonder if anybody's doing it though. You
Yeah. There are people doing it.
I don't know. I need to see it to believe it because even if you have all the time and energy and stuff like that, somehow you get sucked into something.
Well, I think you're always gonna get sucked into something, but, like, I think that the more you don't have to worry about how to make money, how and paying your bills and doing all that, the more you don't have to stress about that, right?
Mhm.
The more time it allots and the more freedom it allots for you to
Mhm.
be able to do it. And I don't think everyone does that, right? But like that would be my drive. My
Mhm.
drive for having making money would be to have the freedom outside of it.
But the usually nowadays at least if you're successful, you're putting a lot of time and effort into it, especially like on social media and all that kind of stuff. So it's
I
like
still think you have freedom in that.
to just do it on from your phone.
Yeah. It still gives you freedom. Those
Yeah.
people that are huge, like it's funny, right? When you get big enough, you can literally post a video of you
And
just
they
like
don't
poorly lip syncing. And like it has like 1.5 million likes and it's like, what?
That's true. We've definitely looked at videos and I'm like, how are we not more successful than these
Oh
bitches?
my
They're not even
god.
doing anything.
It's crazy. Talk about
Yeah,
pretty
it's good. I love
privilege.
your perspective on all of that, like, because you know more than I do
I
about
just think it's interesting. And it's not that social media is for everyone. I'm not saying it's easy. Like I get burnt out even doing it at my level. So I can't imagine at a higher level. But again, the more money you have, the more you can hire help. And like the
but you don't feel the
more
pressure, like, I guess you just said you could post a video, but you don't think, like, a content creator feels the pressure to always be creating
I
something
do.
great?
I think that there's a burnout with anything you do in
Yeah.
life. I'm just saying that if you were to take a content creator who's like highly successful, and I'm not saying, listen, they're putting I'm not saying that content creating is easy. They're putting
No, I
themselves on
know.
the internet to get mutilated. I mean,
Mhm.
constantly canceled, this, that. Like, it's not easy. I'm just saying that compared to someone, if it's something you wanted to do, if it was a passion of yours
Mhm.
and you're doing it, there is more freedom within your days than someone who has to work a 9 to 5
Right.
where they can't not show up. They can't, you could take a day off and your social media is not going to like plummet to the ground and you're not going to make money.
Yeah.
Where like someone who doesn't show up to their job could easily get fired. It just gives you a
Like, the
little bit more freedom.
physical
The physical time needed and
being
the
there.
physical
Although I will say Trevor and I used to joke when he started his own business, basically he was working like day and night and he has no really day off.
oh,
Like today's a
for
holiday, but
sure.
he's like still working. He works on Sundays, he works late on Saturday nights, he works late on Friday nights.
Being
Like,
an entrepreneur is not.
so I almost wish
Yeah,
we
more
joke
structure.
that because we'd have our insurance,
Yeah,
we pay for our own everything.
yeah.
Everything. Our taxes are astronomical. Like they're crazy. And so like it's almost like I'd rather have a 9 to 5 and know that every fucking night from 5 PM to whatever, I didn't feel like I needed to be working on
Mhm.
a video or feel like I needed to answer emails or whatever like this. And then I had the whole weekend off.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So, and I'd paid vacations. So I'm not sure. I do like not having to work for anybody else. And I do like the flexibility. It's like being a server. You can pick up shifts when you want to and not
Yeah.
go in or whatever. Totally get it. But I'm wondering the mental aspect of
You're
always
always
feeling
on.
like you always can work.
Mhm.
You always can work.
Well,
Like
I
you
will
always should, or you might,
say
or if you own your own business, you feel like you always should be working or something
I
like
do
that.
agree with that, and I think that's a little bit different than content creating, but similar
Yeah.
guidelines, but I do agree. I've always said that to John, like, he'll talk about, like, "Oh, we should open this or that," and I'm like, "I don't actually wanna own a business
Yeah.
like that."
Me
Like,
either.
I don't want to have because you have to work it so hard. You have to be so on
Yep.
all the time, 24/7, and you don't ever get to leave it fully, like you just said,
Yeah.
until I guess eventually maybe some people can get to the point of, like, working it so hard that they can hire people. Like my friends who open their bakery, like they are at the
Yeah.
point that they can really like do whatever.
Yeah,
And
that's cool.
but you still have that concern and that thing over your head all the time of like,
Oh, yeah. People will come in and leave
yeah,
all the time, like, overhead and stuff,
yeah,
like
yeah.
not overhead. What's it called when people come in and out all the time?
I don't know.
Employees, like,
Oh,
when
yeah, yeah, yeah.
overhead's how much you, like,
Overhead's like,
spend
yeah.
or whatever. I don't know all the terms or whatever.
We're not.
I always feel like I should be painting because, like, the more paintings I have when I have art, like, I have an art market in March and I have, like, no
Oh,
paintings.
cool.
So, well, I guess it's I should be staying up late and, like, painting and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I'm just choosing not to right now. And
It's
really
hard.
need to, like, I need to get it together.
Yeah.
I keep licking my tooth. You know that I had this chip on my tooth
I know.
forever
Are you
and I
going to the
need
dentist?
I feel like I don't even have time. I don't have time
I
to
know.
fix
And
my
it's
tooth.
probably expensive.
Nah, it's not that bad.
No.
I've gone before.
Ugh.
That's like how busy I am. I can't fix my tooth
Yeah.
because we've been at a dance
Oh,
convention.
I know. I
Yeah, I work
literally have
tonight.
to go to like a doctor. I need to go to like a doctor
Oh, I was gonna
appointment.
say I
I'm
haven't had a
like,
pap smear
I
or
just did that for the first time in like 4 years.
yeah. I need to get
And
like my hormones
my boob was
checked.
hurting, so I was like, I need to get into an ultrasound because like
Oh,
with my luck, like I will be missing something and then like it'll be like, fuck, like I should have
yeah.
caught that. So I actually made myself do that. Those were like two things I was like, I have to do. But like I haven't been to like an annual checkup or like I have to go to the dentist.
My friend was telling me like Tony, I think it's Tony Robinson or one of those people that are like a positive like coach or whatever I don't know
Yeah,
what they're called, was saying like you really need to try to get all if you have like good insurance and you get past your like deductible and stuff, like go get all the
everything.
tests you can possibly think of.
Yeah.
And you're gonna learn so much about your body in the meantime too.
Yeah.
Like, because imagine if you could catch something, like why aren't you doing it?
Well, that brings me to a whole nother point of like the fact that we don't take advantage of preventative care in this country. I don't know if other countries do, but I think it's
Yeah.
fucking stupid. We are all about reactive care.
Yeah.
We are all about,
Yep.
okay, well, now she has cancer, or now she
Yeah.
has diabetes,
Yep.
or now she has this or
Yeah.
that.
It's like, how did you get
And we
there?
are so against preventative care.
Mm-mm.
We're so against it. And it's like, if we did, I know they're expensive, but like if we did these simple scans, right? Like they say, like colon cancer is on the rise, like 50% in young adults. So
Ugh.
why are we still only starting colonoscopies at whatever age it is? I don't forget, 45, 50, whatever it is.
No, you have to be 45 because Trevor was having stomach problems for a couple months. Like, okay, we'll get, but they're like, your insurance doesn't cover it until you're 45
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? If we know that it's on the rise, why are we not starting these colon
Because they're trying to kill
screenings
us. They want us
at
sick
30?
and dead and desperate.
They don't
And
want us dead. Dead's
huh?
not making the money. They don't want us dead.
Well, they want us to be barely alive.
Yeah.
Whoever they are.
Yeah.
Let's find out who they are.
But it's so true. It's like these screenings would say there is a screening out there to scan your whole body for cancer. But it is like thousands upon thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
And it's not ever covered by insurance.
We definitely live in a weird world where like
That's bizarre to
clearly
me.
health is not concerned.
Think about
like, the
it,
food
right?
that we have, the processed
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, I know.
all the
And that I
fast-
can go into too. But
That's
I'm
what
not
I-
even talking about that, even though that is preventative care too, 100%. We should be having healthier options for us and
not be so fucking
crap.
expensive.
Right. But even on just the medical side of it, even on that part of it,
Yeah.
like why are we not scanning? They're not invasive. Like a lot of these things, it's not like you're giving someone like radiation or something. Like,
I know.
I'm not saying give x-rays, but like you could absolutely do that. And even mammograms, that's a very high age too.
Yeah.
We need to lower these thresholds.
Yeah, a lot of the people I know that got breast cancer were in their 30s.
Yes.
Not 40s when they want
Yes.
you to get them done.
And it's like you have to like be symptomatic or you have to like,
Yeah.
I don't know, do all these things. I just think it's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
And it's the same concept with like, let's even talk medication. So like
Yeah.
there's Ozempic, Wegovy, and Mounjaro. These are all GLP-1 meds
I'm like,
that
what'd
are
you just
like,
say?
these are all the
It's like
GLP-1
hieroglyphics.
meds that people are so up in arms about that people are taking for weight loss. So like I'm on
Oh.
Wegovy.
Yeah. I remember
And
you posted
people
about this.
hate hard on this stuff. And it's
Yeah.
like, they're like, oh, it's for diabetics. Well, guess what, Susan? These people are going to become diabetics.
Right.
They're gonna. I know the
Especially people with thyroid
concept.
problems and stuff like too.
Yes.
Like,
So why not prevent it?
mm-hmm.
Diabetes, cancer.
Yeah, you can look at it as
Heart
like a short-term
things.
thing too, if you have a problem with it. It's like,
I don't even get having a problem with what someone else does to change their lives.
no kidding.
It's bizarre to me. I think
just
it's so
judgmental.
strange. But they also have now, it's not even, they have now like FDA approved meds to lose weight, which is like Wegovy is Ozempic, but it's the FDA version for
Okay.
weight loss. So
Okay.
it's not taking away from any diabetics or anything like that. And
Yeah.
listen, I'm sympathetic. I have a type 1 diabetic child, but these meds are not life-saving the way insulin is. So, I mean, that can go into a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
But regardless, it's not taking away from the diabetics if it's now for weight loss. And like, so what? We found something that helps people lose weight.
I know.
It's the same with surgery. Why do you care how someone did it?
I don't
Why
know.
does it matter? What, because you had to work so hard to make yours happen, so
Nosy
you feel like
bitches.
everyone should suffer?
Yes, I think that's what that is.
At the end of the day, though, people think it's like a miracle drug, and it's not. You still do have to work out. You
Yeah.
still do have to eat healthy. It just makes things a little bit easier.
To
And if we
accomplish.
have a
Yeah.
way to make it a little bit easier, to make people more successful,
Yeah.
why not do it? I hate to break it to everyone, but like, chances are these people wouldn't lose weight without it.
Right.
They wouldn't have.
Right. They wouldn't even be able to like begin at least the
Right.
journey.
The
At least it
theory
gives them-
sounds great. Just eat healthy and go for a run, sure. But like,
not everyone's the same too, and at least and some people, without judgment, some people need a different jump start than you people that it might be easier for some. There's so many variables in this,
yes,
not just the body type or your lifestyle, but like just
your health, your metabolism,
well,
your
even like
medical
mentally, like
history.
everyone's different. We all have gifts in different ways. Okay.
Mhm.
So if you're not someone that's like can wake up at 5 a.m. and go for that run, and lift
Yeah.
weights and eat your protein, blah, blah, this person probably is like working a lot and they're busy and we're all
Yeah.
busy. I know that, but like cut them some grace and slack. Like if this is a way that they can start, then what's the big deal?
I don't know. I really don't get it. And I feel the same with surgery too. Like people like are like, oh, you
Yeah.
took the easy way out. That surgery is hard. Like that is a
Yeah.
painful surgery. If someone did that,
Right.
that was their last resort. I have to tell you.
Yeah.
That was not someone's first resort.
Yeah.
It's
Or
they're risking their
here's
life on
another
the
thought
table.
though. Like if it was the easy way, so fucking what?
Also, yeah, who cares? Yeah.
You can do easy things if you want.
Mhm.
And just because you choose to do something that's harder, don't expect it on other people. We're
Yeah.
all different.
Yeah.
Like, you go do you, boo, and I'll go do me.
It's just crazy. And like I mean, the sicker people are, the more it costs. I mean, I know pharmacy wise, but like as far as hospitalizations and stuff, we're trying to get away from full on hospitalizations because it's expensive.
I know.
So it's like these are ways to cut it. So I don't know. I just think that I think it's silly to not at least be open to preventative care
Yes. And, like, stop judging.
and
The
judgment.
fuck. Like, mind your own
Weird.
business.
I feel like we should end it on mind your own fucking business.
I just secretly looked at Dan. I'm like, we have to go. Because
Yeah, no, it's true we do.
my husband has to take the kids to, like, meet my in-laws for lunch.
All right.
I'm not going.
I just keep seeing Styles
Dun,
running
dun,
back and forth
dun.
in his room.
Oh, my God. We're not good. Trevor just doesn't know what time it is. So,
Oh my God.
with
All right.
that, I'm Julie.
I'm Dana. This is Not Your Mom's Podcast. Make sure to like and subscribe for more. We put out a new podcast every Monday.
You're so good at that. I would
Thank
never
you.
just be able to say that. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Oh my gosh. Trevor.
How you make it, how you wanna, how you
Thanks for
wanna,
listening.
wanna
Make sure to
make it,
follow and
how you
subscribe so you